Hi everybody and welcome back to a Doodle a Day with Mrs. Rivera. As always, all you're going to need is paper, a pencil, or a marker to get started. You know I draw in my marker, so let's get started. So the next couple of videos that we create are going to be of an outer space scene. So I'm going to draw you how to draw 2 or 3 things that you can utilize to create a cool outer space scene. And we're going to start with one of the things that a lot of students find really difficult, which is drawing a star. But in order to jazz it up, we're going to make it a shooting star so that you can really add some really cool details in your outer space illustration. So let's get started. Okay, so we're going to start right about here so that we have enough space to create our tail of our shooting star, as it's called. Now, one of the tricks to drawing a star is you start with what almost looks like an upside down triangle, or as if you were creating a letter A, a capital letter A, I should say. So let's start right about here, like so. And then you're going to go out and out, just like this. I'm going to make this a little darker. And then we're going to do similar to this. We're going to bring it down and bring it down, but you're not going to close it. You're going to stop just about here and just about here. So I stopped and I stopped. Now down here is the part that really throws everybody off. The trick to making a star looking like a star is you have to make sure that when you draw this part, it's connecting. It almost looks like it's continuing from the top, and you have to do that on both sides. So let's continue that line from the top, continue that line, okay? And now the star goes in. Stop. And it usually will end just at the point of the top of that star. And we're going to do the same thing here. And if you see that one looks longer than the other, then match them up, kind of like what happened to me. Okay? So here's our star. Now we have to make it a shooting star, and the trick to doing that is connecting it at just the right points of your star. So we're going to start up here, and I want to end about here. So I'm going to go here and make that connection to that point there. So we're going to go here and we're going to go here, and again you're going to connect up until you touch that point there. Okay, now that looks pretty good, right? But you notice that we have 2 other points here. Now what will we do with that? We're also going to make a connection, because what we're going to do in that area is create some shading. So we're going to go here and again connect it to there. Here is going to be a little trickier, because if you went straight, you're going to overlap this and then it looks weird. So for this one, you're going to go a little higher and then connect, like so. Just a little higher, okay? So that you're not right on top. And it looks weird right now, and you're saying, looks pretty cool, but we have to add what is known as our shadow mark. So let's get in there to create our shadows. So if you remember back to when we did the Mandalorian helmet, I showed you how to do hatching and cross hatching. So we're going to use hatching to create a shadow, and I'm going to put my shadow, I think I'm going to put my shadow here so that it creates a pattern. Shadow, no shadow, shadow, no shadow. Okay, so shadow here. I'm going to go follow the same style of the line that you created. So have that same type of slant all the way to you end. You're going to do the same thing up here. So blank, hatching, blank, hatching. Now for this hatching, I'm going to follow that line pattern, and I'm going to go this way. Now our star looks like it makes a little bit more sense, okay? And if you wanted to cross-hatch that, you can. I kind of like the way that it looks. If you wanted to cross-hatch, you can. All you have to do, remember, is go in the opposite direction. So let's cross-hatch it. Like so. And now if we did that, we have to do the same thing to the other one, because these went in that direction. I have to make sure that my cross-hatching goes in the opposite direction so that it creates that X pattern. Okay, there we go. There we have it. Okay, so we have our shooting star, but it just doesn't look quite finished. Why? Because we need to add action lines and we have to add a twinkle. Now, when things twinkle, they kind of pop, right? If you watch cartoons, you know it goes like ding, ding, ding. So the first thing we have to do is let's create some action lines, because our shooting star is going. So we're gonna go like this. Oh no, I think I've drawn too much with this Sharpie. Maybe up here too, so it looks like it was moving. And then over here, what I want you to do is to create those things, and this is how you would do it. Again, it's almost like you're creating a triangle, and you don't need to make them too big. So you're gonna go like this. And it creates an effect of it twinkling, okay? Like it's going ding, ding. Now, because we did it so high up here, I want to add another star here, just like a regular star. So let's do the practice down here. So let's try that again. Remember, what did we say? We start the top of our star almost like you're creating a capital letter A, like this and like that. Bring it down so that you're stopping just where that one would be continuing, like so. Down here, make sure you're continuing these lines. And now we're going to bring it in. Now let's add our ding, ding, ding. If you don't want to make them that big, you can make them a little smaller, but same premise. You want it to look like it's glowing, and you don't have to make them so close. They can even be a little further away. Okay? So now you have your star and your shooting star happening in our intergalactic universe that you're going to be creating. Find an empty spot on your paper to initial. I think I'm going to go down here. And as always, I put the 20 for the year. I can't wait to see you in the following videos so you can learn how to create a rocket ship and an astronaut. Till then.